Hello, my name is Joshua Mugabi. I welcome you to Ecological Interactions. What is inharmonious ecological interaction? Inharmonious or negative ecological interaction is that in which at least one of the participating being is harmed. How are ecological interactions classified? Ecological interactions are classified as intraspecific or interspecific interactions, and as harmonious or inharmonious interactions. What are intraspecific and interspecific ecological interactions? Intraspecific ecological interactions are those between individuals of the same species. Interspecific ecological interactions are ecological interactions between individuals of different species. What is inharmonious ecological interaction? Inharmonious or negative ecological interaction is that in which at least one of the participating being is harmed. What is harmonious ecological interaction? Harmonious or positive ecological interaction is that in which none of the participating being is harmed. What are the main intraspecific ecological interactions? The main harmonious intraspecific ecological interactions are colonies and societies. The main inharmonious intraspecific ecological interaction are intraspecific competition and cannibalism. What are colonies and societies? Colonies are functional integrated aggregates formed by individuals of the same species. Colonies are often confused with a single individual. Examples are the coral reefs by the winged sailors and filamentous algae. Societies are interaction for labor division and collaboration among individuals of the same species. Human society are examples of ecological societies. Other species like bees, ants, termites, wolves, and dolphins also form societies. What is competition? Which type of ecological interaction is competition? Competition is the ecological interaction in which the individuals explore the same ecological niches, and their ecological niches partially coincide, and therefore competition for the same environmental resources takes place. Competition is harmful for the participating beings, and thus it is classified as an inharmonious or negative ecological interaction. What is an example of intraspecific competition? Intraspecific competition occurs practically in all species. For example, competition of humans for a job. Why is cannibalism and inharmonious intraspecific ecological interaction? In cannibalism, individuals eat others of the same species. Occurs in some insects and arachnids. Since it is an interaction between beings of the same species, and at least one of them is harmed, the other benefit, the classification as inharmonious intraspecific ecological interaction is justified. What are the main interspecific ecological interactions? The main harmonious interspecific ecological interactions are protocooperation, mutualism, commensalism. Main inharmonious interspecific ecological interactions are interspecific competition, parasitism, predatism, and amensolism. What is protocooperation? Protocooperation is an ecological interaction in which both participants benefit, but which is not obligatory for their survival. Protocooperation is harmonious, positive, interspecific ecological interaction. Examples of protocooperation are the action of spur-winged plover that using its beak eats residue from the crocodile teeth. The removal of ectoparasite from the back of bovine by some birds that eat the parasites. Hermit crab that live inside the shell over which sea anemones live. These offer protection to the crab and gain mobility and obtain food. What is mutualism? Mutualism is an ecological interaction in which both participants benefit, and that is obligatory for their survival. Mutualism is harmonious, positive ecological interaction. Mutualism is also known as symbiosis. Examples of mutualism are association between microorganisms that digest cellulose and the ruminant or insects within which they live. The lichens formed by algae or cyanobacteria that make organic material for the fungi and absorbs water with their help. Nitrogen-fixing bacteria or nitrifying bacteria that grow in rhizobium that is associated to the leguminous plant, they offer nitrogen to these plants. What is commensalism? Commensalism is an ecological interaction in which one individual benefits, while the other neither benefit nor harmed. Commensalism is harmonious. It is positive ecological interaction, since none of the participants is harmed. An example of commensalism is the numerous bacteria that live on or in the skin and in the digestive tube of humans without being pathogenic or beneficial. They are innocuous bacteria living in commensalism with humans. What benefits can commensalism offer to a species? Commensalism may involve obtain of food, for example, innocuous bacteria in the human gut, shelter, or support, like the epiphytes on trees, and transportation, pollen which is carried by insects or birds. The commensalism that involves obtainment of shelter is also called inquilinism. What are some examples of interspecific competition? Examples of interspecific competition are dispute among vultures, worms, flies, and microorganisms for carrion, and the competition between snakes and eagles for rodents. What is parasitism? Parasitism is the ecological interaction in which a being lives at the expense of another. The parasite often does not cause immediate death of the host, since it needs the host to live to survive. Parasitism is an inharmonious, negative interspecific ecological interaction, since although one participant benefits, the other is harmed. What are some examples of parasitism? Classic examples of parasites of humans hosts like trypanosomes that cause Chagas disease, HIV virus, AIDS, the bacteria that cause tuberculosis, cystosome that causes schistosomiasis, hookworms, and many others. Other examples are tree hosts and parasite helminth parasites, dog host and lice parasite, cattle is a host and tick parasite, and many others. What is predatism? Predatism is an ecological interaction in which one individual mutilates or kills another to get food. Predatism is an inharmonious negative ecological interaction since one of the participants is harmed. Is herbivorism a form of predatism? Herbivorism is a form of predatism in which first-order consumer feed from producers, the plants and algae. For example, birds and fruits, human and edible vegetables, etc. There are proposals to consider the herbivorism of leaves a form of parasitism and the herbivorism of the entire plant and the seeds a form of predatism. What is ammensolism? Ammensolism is the ecological interaction in which an individual harms another without obtaining benefit. Ammensolism is an inharmonious and negative ecological interaction since one participant is harmed. Sometimes it is wrongly said that ammensolism is a form of ecological interaction in which an organism releases in the environment substances that harm another species. This situation is indeed an example of ammensolism, but the concept is not restricted to it. One of the best examples of ammensolism is one established between humans and other species under extinction due to human activities like habitat devastation by fires, ecological accidents, leisure hunting, and many others. Another example is the red tide, proliferation of algae that by intoxication can lead to the death of fish and other animals. Thank you very much for participating in Ecological Interaction. Please do like, share, and subscribe.